we're going to do a coffee cup today. I'm so excited about it. I was just thinking about, it's a little chilly here in Michigan, and I was thinking how fun it would be to have a coffee with some friends and warm up a little bit. If you're not a coffee drinker, don't worry, make it a tea. You're welcome to do that. I like this drawing because it's a simple drawing so that you're not intimidated by drawing. And I'm going to throw up this picture on my computer, but because we're in Plan B, I'm going to have to take the camera and go up with my phone. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Here is what we're going to paint today. This coffee cup. If you want to take a screenshot of it real quick, please feel free to take a screenshot. The idea is to paint the cup, and then we're going to talk about the rim. We're going to talk about maybe what you want to put inside your coffee cup. I have a couple other pictures. This is the one I intended. You can put the saucer in if you want. Here's another one. This is from Dreams Time, so it's free usage. Be creative. You can put this little fancy design in your coffee cup. Here's another fancy design one. You're also seeing different angles of how we're looking at this coffee cup. Here's a fun little cartoon one. And you've got the side angle, another side angle. And what I liked about this was the steam. Thought that was kind of fun. And we're good, and that's it. So we'll go back to all of them. What I'm going to do is draw this one for you, and then we'll go ahead and do the colors. So I'm coming back down to my paper, and let's do it. Let's draw this. So this is my practice sheet. I did draw one ahead of time. It's a little wompy, but we're going to work on that. But to start, draw an eclipse. And then you're going to draw another eclipse around it, but it's going to be fatter down here than it is back there. It's going to be a little closer back there. So it's fatter here because that lip is closer to us. And then the coffee inside is going to stay similar to the shape of the rim, the top of this eclipse here.
Jenny, are you sharing your screen?
Let's see. I don't think I am for my Zoom beauties.
No. I don't know if it was showing in the other one. There it is.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep, I'm sharing it for you all. Okay, so, but I also need the cup. So yes, let's see. It's buried in, oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to move this cup up over here in the corner so you can see this is what we're doing. Thanks for sitting with me. All right, so then we're just going to bring both sides down. I'm going to measure it to be about this size of a cup. And I'm just going to connect. See how I'm lightly sketching it first, deciding how I want that cup to be. And there we go. Then you can commit with your harder line. But again, we don't want to draw a real hard line like this. Oh, really hard, because it goes through your paper onto your into your watercolor paper, and then when you want to erase, it's very hard to get that line out. So draw really lightly. Now on the side, when I say side, I mean on the what do you call this? Handle. Sorry. The handle is going to be thicker on top here, and then underneath it's coming around and it's going to come underneath. So this line comes across here. So that's what we see on this side, and then the underneath is coming down here. It's a little tricky. That might not make a whole lot of sense, but just draw it and give it a try. We're going to have more fun just painting. I don't want the drawing portion to get you stopped from doing your watercoloring. A lot of times it's intimidating. Laura and Emily, do you have any questions, or are you seeing this drawing? Is it going okay for you?
Yeah, we can see it. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, so then we get to pick our colors, and the colors, so I'm going to be like Martha Stewart, and here's the drawing, and here we go. Here's it finished. It's not finished, but I'm going to clean this up a little bit, because what I noticed was my ellipse was, did I say eclipse earlier? I think,
No.
okay, good. Ellipse was a little bit off. So to make sure my ellipse was in the right spot, I took a piece of paper like this one and I lined up. I did a little line here and I just lined it up so that you make sure that you're in line and that this thickness here and this thickness here is the same, and then you really basically are just going to connect it. So that's what was bothering me about this drawing, is my ellipse were not lined up properly. Again, it's not about drawing, it's really going to be about painting. I wanted to have this top view. If you can draw or paint, if you paint with your paints and you paint a little design in here, you get extra credit. Post it in the group and we'll all look at it and ooh and ah. All right, so that's gonna be our beginning. Let's talk about colors we want to use. So I'm gonna just put in, I picked out some colors. I picked out a yellow ochre, and I can see that I gotta raise this up a little bit. Yellow ochre. If I could only put this phone in my lap, you know? Maybe I can move my drawing over a little bit for the, I have my, I don't know if you guys can see me, but I have my phone over the paper, over my desk for this, because my phone is doing Facebook Live. I hope the volume sounds all right. Give me a thumbs up on Facebook if you let me know if you can see this and if it's going all right. Okay. All right, so here we go. Yellow ochre, and the color I decided was to be an indigo. So indigo, I liken it to a blue jean color, and that is going to be what's going to give our cup a white cast. Okay, yeah, thank you, Tan, thank you. I got a thumbs up, so I know you guys can hear me and see me. Great. So then the next color I think I want to use is going to be a creamy yellow. And I was practicing on making a creamy yellow. And to make the creamy yellow, you're going to take I'll put it right here, a red. And then you're going to take a yellow. And when you mix those two together, you're going to get a really light peachy color. So that's a little color theory for you. You'll get a peachy color. And to make it a little bit creamy, if you had a white, if we do paint with white, you would use a white, but let's say we don't. I'm going to add a little more yellow and some water, and that will make it a little creamier. White would be perfect, but then I find painting with the white, which is like a bleed-proof white or the Chinese white, I find it gets a little pasty. So see how I'm taking that creamy and I'm just getting it right down to the water, just a little hint of it onto the paper. So it's down to the paper. It looks creamier than that flesh color up above. And our final color is burnt sienna. And I love burnt sienna because it is a warm red brown. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to use this creamy yellow mixture that we made, and I'm thinking you won't be able to see it because it's off to the side. Let's see if I can just show you real quick. It's off to the side. Here's my mixing. There's a little bit of red, and then I'm taking that yellow, creamy, putting it together. I really like to just tap it, the edge with the brush here. Just tap the edge with the brush, and that to me is almost too much color, so I'm going to clean my brush off, put a little more color in, and then add a little yellow to make it more creamy. Let me fix the zoom so Laura and Emily can see this. You see my mixing off to the side?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going right back to the right back to Facebook, to my my painting. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here. We had to play games with Zoom, changed again for me, so we'll figure that out later. Of course, you can't really figure it out till it's live. All right, so let's do our pot. Let's put this pot, this creamy yellow, and I am using a number 2 pencil, so it's smudging on the paper a little bit. When you do it in your book for your second time, I hope you just do one to practice. When you do it your second time, use less ink, use less lead to draw it. All right, I'm going to put the creamy inside here because it's the inside of the, and I can see now like where I would redraw it, but that's okay. We're just going to have some fun here. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just the experience. Go ahead and put down your handle. Just fill in the handle. We're going to add some dimension with another color right here in front here. If you want to make a highlight, you will just take your brush, dry it off, and then wipe out with the brush. Just wipe a little bit out here. It's ever so slight of a highlight, but we're going to add some dark with our indigo, so don't worry about that. Just kind of know where your highlight is going to be. And let's get a little more of our, let's dig into our yellow ochre. Here's the yellow ochre. I'm going to dig into there and I'm going to drop it. This is, we did wet on dry. Our paintbrush was wet and the paper was dry. Now I'm going to drop it in here, and it's wet because I just painted that one coat of the creamy yellow, and now I'm going to drop in the yellow ochre just on this bottom corner, just to give it a little bit of shadow-ish, and darkening it up in here a little bit. Okay, and the handle is going to be a reflection of the cup here, and we want this to look like a white cup. So right now it's looking pretty yellow, isn't it? But that's the reflecting of the coffee inside, and now we're just gonna make our actual coffee. This part in here. Did you decide what you want to put inside your coffee, gang? Your tea or anything, Laura or Emily? The pictures I showed you missed it because I was showing it to the Facebook group, but people put a cookie in there or they put a design. Let me get that design up for you. You get extra credit if you put this design. Let me just show everybody. Okay, so Emily and Laura are going to get extra credit because they're going to put that design in there. Okay, and I know you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Let's say we wanted to try it. And I would like to see my book. I did not tape it down because it's small, but I hope you had a chance to tape yours down. I'm going to go ahead and put a clip here just to hold it because it's lifting on me. All right, so that design is a little heart. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and dry that center because I'm changing my mind. I jump around. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to try that design. I thought it was kind of funny. Didn't know if we could do it, but why not? Let's give it a try. If it doesn't work, we can always change it. So we've got the burnt sienna, and it's going to go into the coffee. But I want to mix that burnt sienna with the buttercream that I made, so it's a real light burnt sienna. And in my mind, I didn't draw that heart and the little flowers, so I'm going to do something called negative painting. I'm going to picture that I drew a heart, so I'm going to paint outside that heart. So let's put the heart in first. And remember, you always have a plan B. If it doesn't work, you could always just scrap it and make the whole thing this yummy coffee color. Okay, so there's the heart, and I believe there were like a little leaf. So let's make it easy on ourselves. I'm going to outline, do this negative painting. I'm going to outline a leaf, and I'm going to outline the stem. Outline the leaf. It's a little bit off. Let me see if I can't really make the white bigger, but I can make the outline a little thinner. Okay. What I mean by I can squeeze in a little so that this leaf matches that leaf. Okay. So we kind of got the leaf. It's a little crooked. We can play with that a little later, but let's just fill in the rest with this sienna buttercream mixture as the coffee. You can make it as dark as you want. If you like to drink dark coffee, you could add dark to it. If you wanted it even darker, you could use a burnt umber. I'm going to put some burnt umber in here so you can just see how that can really darken it up some. We did not put burnt umber on our list, so sometimes this is what I'm talking about. When you start out to get all your colors wet, because sometimes you just need to be creative and you want to add add some color, and if it's not ready to go, it'll be frustrating. But mine was ready to go, so I said, oh, okay, I'm just gonna add this brown. And I hadn't even put it on our list. Okay, well, okay, it's okay. It's not, I'm a little off, but I'm okay with that because this is my first coffee cup and I love it. I'm okay, I'm learning, just having some fun. I can paint it again and make it better. Totally my choice. I'm the artist. You are free, you're the artist. Let's do let's do some shading on the cup now. The cup should be almost dry. We're gonna grab that indigo blue, and I'm putting it on my palette with some water. If the indigo blue has a lot of water in it, it does look kind of gray, which is nice. Payne's gray blue is another color that we use often, that we love. But now the shadow of this, or the part that's going to be darker, is going to be down here. If you look on that cup, it's all on one side. I'm using a different picture as my reference. Then I'm going to come up, I want to put some under the rim here. And again, I'm getting distracted with my pencil line. That's okay. If you just tap it in. Are you getting that too? Yeah. So next time we'll just not draw it so dark. Okay, I'm tapping in under here because I'd like that rim. Get some indigo blue. I'd like that to have just a little bit of a hint. And the corner here is going to be a little darker on the sides. Remember, we lifted color here. And then the top part of this handle, and of course underneath the handle, where the top is over the handle, that's shaded. All right, and let's do a little outline. I'm using a number 6 brush, and both of these sets, this set and this set, are 2 sets that are on my website under the Fine Art School. Materials used in classes. I have all sorts of different classes. Go to the second class, which is watercolor, and you'll see these 2 types. This one is goat hair, and this one is a synthetic brush. I like the synthetic because I like how the point you get on it. I like the goat hair because I like how it holds the water a little deeper. So I'm gonna just take this skinny brush and just get that rim a little wet. I don't want it pure white because nothing in the cup is pure white except for the little flower in the middle, or the heart in the middle. So I just want to get it wet, and then I'm going to take that indigo, and on this side in the cup, inside cup is going to be pretty dark. Dark down here because that's really shadowed, and the rim here, I'm actually really doing a thin little outline of that where my pencil line is, because I'm masking that the pencil line's there. And of course, I've told you all the secret. I'm not really crazy about the pencil lines in my paintings. I try to avoid them, and this is one way I can avoid them, is just by outlining it a little bit. In the future, when I do it myself, I just don't do it so hard with the pencil drawing. I tend to just draw really lightly. But because I draw hard for the class, because I want you to be able to see it, I just have to mask it a little bit. You can do this if you like it or not. It's up to you. You're the artist, you get to decide. And if you don't like it, don't worry, it's just paper. You can get rid of it. All right, let's get this side too. Both, I'm just tapping in the parts that we had some blue. I grabbed some more blue, just tapping it in, and I like it. I'm happy with the results. It's okay. I just would like to soften those lines up. I'd like to soften it up. So I'm taking a clean brush and just tapping the edges with the clean brush that has a little bit of dampness of water and scrumbling back and forth. It's a small little circular motion coming over here where the edge is, just softening those lines up. And Laura and Emily, if you put a mistake in here and you didn't like it, what would I do? What do you remember?
I add water and blot.
You add water and take a paper towel and blot it?
That's the fastest way I've discovered.
Yes, beautiful. There's something else we can do as well, is let it dry and take a magic sponge and just use the magic sponge like an eraser and erase out what you don't like, but you have to then let it dry again before you go in and paint. So you can blot it right now, blot, 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 like Emily suggested. Or
I don't know what magic sponge is.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to show you right now. Thank you. Very good question.
I had forgotten all about the magic sponge, which I would do.
Wow, this is a perfect reminder. So if you are interested in watercolor and you love this, get a toolbox. And as we're doing these classes live, I'll be mentioning things to put in your toolbox. The brushes, frisk, various things. I can give you a supply list if you want. DM me that you'd like a supply list, and I will, you DM me your email, I will email you a supply list pronto. I have it ready. But what I want you to do is put all these things that we're talking about in your toolbox. And one of the things is this. It's called a magic sponge. And do you know Mr. Clean? I'm going to write it on this book so I know we talked about it. Magic sponge. And did you remember to put the date down? 4/25/23. And I like to date it because then when you go back and flip through your book, see what week we're on, see how many things you've painted up until now, you're going to be able to see some growth. I love that. All right, I'm going to make a mistake here. I don't know what color. Some colors stain your paper. So I'm going to put like a blue here. Red tends to stain. And then we're going to let that dry so that I can demonstrate what the magic sponge does. But for my coffee cup, I've softened those edges. I'm happy with the soft edges. This rim is a little wonky, and I think it's just wonky because of my drawing, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna just play a little and see if I can thin it out with some color. I used that butter color that I made here, but it's a little darker. Let's see if I can thin that out a little. And I might not be able to. I suppose I could do the magic sponge to that part, but the problem with this is just my drawing. It's not the painting. The painting, you probably did a great job. You could magic sponge it out, or just leave it, or change the color. Let's just change the color of our coffee mug. Watch, I'm gonna put some red in here. I'm gonna make it a red coffee mug. Why not? What color do you love? What's your favorite color? I'm gonna do apply the same principle as I did with these colors, but I'm just gonna play and make it red. I think then I can go a little deeper into the rim and make that rim stand out a little bit. Yeah. You're still gonna have your layers of light, medium, and dark. You're gonna have a light red, and then you're gonna have a medium red, and then you're gonna have your really deep red, which is I would add this burnt sienna in there. So that's where the shadow is going to be. You can even put indigo in there as well. What I love is, watch what we can do. That middle part, remember how the middle part was lighter? Look, I'm just taking a little bit of water and glazing it. How fun is this? We are playing. This is not to take too seriously. I'm just playing. I'm discovering. I'm like, oh, okay, change the color. Let's see. Maybe you want a blue one. I hope that this encourages you to feel free to play. Don't take it too seriously. It's the only best way to learn is play. And I do equate it to, I hope that's the right word, equate it to riding your bicycle. How many times did you fall before you really were able to get up and ride down the street? And then once you went around the street, you went around the block. Then when you got better, you went around the block, you went to your friend's house. This is what we're doing. Right now, we're just getting on the bike and learning our mistakes. cleaning the brush off. Look how cute it is. It's kind of a brown red, isn't it? So I'm cleaning the brush off. I'm gonna wipe out that little light spot here that I wanted to have highlighted. And if I wipe it out in the cup, I'm gonna wipe it out on the lip of the coffee cup, the rim here, and I'm gonna wipe it out on the rim on this side so that there's a highlight. Same highlight all the way. There we go. I'm gonna make some more darker under here, so where it's inside the cup. Let me pull some of that red down into the coffee. Kind of deepen the coffee a little bit. It's reflecting a little bit of the red. Well, there you go. All right, so did you ladies, did you get your steam? I'm not steam. Did you get your picture in your, I'm gonna see if I can see you guys. Let's see, there you are. Oh, I see you. Did you get your steam in there?
Mine's a little wonky.
Okay, good. I mean, not steam, your
I
picture.
got my thing in there.
All right, hold it up, Emily. I'm gonna put the camera to it.
That's cute.
There's Emily, and there we, oh, Emily, that's really good. This is us. And look at Emily's coffee cup. I love your blue rim, and you did the saucer. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Wow.
It's not exactly in the center, but you know what? That doesn't matter.
Well, that's the whole point, right?
And I got the little heart in, which I was very happy about.
Yes, you get extra credit. Extra credit, extra bonus, extra stars today. Laura, do you want, when you're ready, don't rush.
Well, it's still
Ooh.
progress.
Oh, I like it. And you went red. Oh, I like it a lot. I like your handle too. Nice job. Do you like, oh, Lori, can you show it again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I sure can.
I didn't have the camera on it. There you go. There's Laura's. Excellent. And anytime, those of you who are on Facebook and are watching with us, anytime you want to join us on the Zoom, please know you're welcome to just let me know. I'll give you the link, or the link is in an email I sent, so send me your email. I'd love to have you on camera with us. I'm going to show this mistake, that this blue, and show you what Magic Sponge does, and then we're going to do something fun. Remember we have time, right? Oh no, we're over time. Well, we started a little late. Okay. Get your Magic Sponge wet, squeeze any extra water out, and then you can, with the Magic Sponge, just drag across the part that you want to pull out. You have to make sure it's clean and it's a new part. You see that? It just pulls it right out. I always have to cut off the color that I used the last time, because that color will, if you use it again, it will show up. But let's do a little quickie. Can I over deliver? That's a word I heard on one of my, let's over deliver. Okay, we're gonna over deliver. We're gonna use that blue, since I already have it in. I'm gonna quickly wash in a backdrop. Usually you can put the firm color right next to the coffee cup when you're being fancy, but we are playing, and I'm gonna let you go. I don't wanna keep you past your time, especially those of you who might be on a lunch break. Okay, I'm just taking that, spreading that out, putting a lot of water. Yeah, you can cover the whole thing. You can do the base. We don't want it floating. Emily was smart and put a saucer there, but we're gonna put a little color down there so it's not floating. But watch, get this blue wet, 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 wet. Get the whole background wet. We're experimenting, we're playing. You may not want to do it because you think it might ruin your painting, but just play. How do you know until you don't try? I mean, how do you, wait, is that what how do you say that? How do you know until you try? All right, so watch. I'm not gonna use Magic Sponge, we already learned that, but I'm gonna pretend there's steam coming out of my coffee. Let's see if I can pull up some, take your brush that's, clean it off, and pull up some of that color, like we did the Aurora Borealis, remember? We kind of pulled out some color, pull out some steam, just little lines, and pull it out. Does it look like steam, or no? Did I just do a fail? Is it a fail? Let's see. Kind of. I think I have to put some blue back in. But look, I'm just learning, I'm figuring it out, I'm deciding, do I like it even? Is it fun? I want to have fun. I want you to enjoy the process and just get your creative juices flowing. Maybe it just looks kind of like a fork or something going in there, but I've never done steam before, so I wasn't sure. We've done misty paintings in our landscape on our live Zoom classes on Thursdays. We've done mistiness, but I wanted to just pull this steam up. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, it's okay. It's kind of steamy. How about you guys on Facebook? Did you have any luck or do you have any questions? I love that you're here. Thank you for being here. Watercolor is so relaxing, so therapeutic. It's a gift you give yourself, for sure. If you have an interest in learning more about my class, I've got an online asynchronous program going and some community built. Send me your email. I'll send you the information, or give me a call. Let's do a free Facebook lesson together. Not Facebook, but on the phone, on Zoom. We can do it together. Yeah, just DM me your interest to get on the waiting list. Just give me a DM. All right, ladies, anything else to add? Do you want to show your magic eraser? Because we are time. Nope.
No,
That's-
you saw what I had so before, and I just worked on the steam a little bit. But it looks a lot like your steam.
Which we're going to say nice about to ourselves because it looks fantastic. Okay.
You can even see my steam.
Oh,
I think it's too white.
yeah, maybe no, but that looks good. I like that background. I love your little heart. All right. Goodbye, Facebook friends, and we'll see you next week, 2:00. Sorry for the fancy, everybody's waving. Sorry for the handheld Facebook today. We're hoping Zoom will participate next week. See you next week, 2:00. Bye. Thumbs
Bye.
up. Let me know how you liked it.